Hey everyone, I wanted to give you a quick video on TPN. It's not all-inclusive, it's just a help. It's like an extra resource for a quick little snippet to help you with TPN. So these are some pictures here of TPN. Normally your TPN bag is much bigger. This is what we had in the lab and I took a picture of it. You've got your lipids there beside it, and you know TPN is basically just a solution with concentrated nutrition to provide adequate nutritional support to somebody who cannot maintain nutrition through oral or tube feedings. Because you know, like I said in our roundabout, usually they want to always try using the gut if possible. It's the best way. But if there's a problem with the gut, if there's inability to feed the gut or inability to for the body to absorb nutrients, then they'll use TPN. It's very expensive, so it's not always a first resort unless there's just no other good choice. So some of those reasons would be hyperemesis gravidorum, intestinal obstruction, so any kind of GI anomaly, just the stomach just cannot handle nutrition put in it. Because there's PEG tubes, there's enteral feeding, so think if it can't handle the nutrition, anorexia, then they need to do the TPN. So what is inside the TPN? Well, we know there's a lot of sugar, hence it's hypertonic, right? There's amino acids, fat emulsion, electrolytes, minerals, trace elements, vitamins, and like I said, a high concentration of dextrose, and that is why it's so important for finger stick blood sugars every 4 to 6 hours. They're usually going to have sliding scale insulin coverage, and daily weight. You're going to monitor I's and O's, so just keep that in mind. You always use a filter, and you always use a pump. So those are very important concepts. It's hypertonic, like I said, and with hypertonic, you have to be careful for overload. So you want to also make sure you're monitoring your patient and daily weights, things like that. You want to make sure 2 nurses verify always. So you're going to have someone co-sign with you to make sure that, because it's prescribed. So there's going to be blood draws every day to decide if what the patient is getting is what they need. So they may adjust the trace elements or adjust the vitamins depending on what the patient needs. So it is prescribed. It's prescribed per patient. So 2 nurses have to check it to make sure that it is all correct. Then it must be put into a central line, and you want to make sure that central line is dedicated to that TPN. You don't want to draw blood out of that central line because you don't want to skew your blood results, right? You don't want your blood lab results to be off because you drew your blood from that line. So you want a dedicated line to your TPN with your central line. So it must be put in a central line, and you really don't want to draw blood from it. Now, it must be started slowly, so you're going to titrate the patient. You're going to start them off slow, and you're going to end slowly. So if you have to wean them, you have to end slowly, because if it's interrupted or emergency stopped, then you have to hang D10, and that's important to remember. Now there is in your book it talks about PPN, and PPN is it's delivered through a peripheral vein, and it has less dextrose in it, so that's why it can go in a peripheral vein. So, and the protein and calorie requirements are not as high. So PPN is different than TPN or Central PN. PPN is, like I said, delivered peripheral, and if you have to emergency stop the PPN, then you would hang D5. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, that's about all I'm going to share with you on this. It's, like I said, a quick video to just help you focus, and it's not all inclusive. You still need to read, but I wanted to give you a little extra resource. See you soon.